phones. That's why it was echoing.
Hey, welcome in to the Laserline Podcast. We're just starting this fresh just now, live.
Hey, I'm Philip Shuck.
I'm Trevor Cruz.
And I'm Travis Ingram.
Thanks for tuning in. Okay. Flawless.
All right, let's see how that sounds. Is that better?
Sounds good.
Okay. I gotta disconnect this from here because
And it breaks again.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Yeah.
How's your Friday going? Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Oh yes. Anybody got any big Valentine's Day plans?
I'm hoping to sit at home and watch some Better Call Saul.
Have a nice, sexy evening
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
on the couch.
Oh,
yeah. Eat some chocolates.
Yeah, Ashley and I aren't doing anything. We're probably gonna recline and watch TV once.
Wine,
Little
dine,
guys.
and recline.
Yes.
I had
anybody say
hired
that?
It's like
someone to
the younger generation
feed me
is
chocolate
Netflix and
strawberries.
chill, and now it's like the older generation is wine, dine, and recline. I like
Yeah,
that.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, is that going to go out of style, Netflix and chill? Because, I guess it's like Kleenex, how one company name dominates.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But, there's so many
Yeah.
platforms now. Do
Right,
do
like-
Disney Plus and chill?
Prime and wine.
Prime and dine?
Yeah.
Prime and dine. Yeah. Oh.
Prime and wine.
Maybe we should just lose it.
Prime the pump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's
Amazon
nice about
Prime the
wine,
Pump?
dine, and recline. You eliminate any branding.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't like Netflix and chill.
No, that's lame.
So
What about like Ween and Stream?
Ween and Stream,
What
what's that
goes
mean?
with Stream?
What's the ween part? Is that like
I don't know.
masturbating on the toilet?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of something.
Why didn't they have those back in the day? Like, local Fox and Relax,
Fox and Docs.
CBS and chill,
Fox on docks. Hey, all you sailors out there, pull into port and get ready to Fox on docks.
All you lawyers going through your files, watching Fox.
Yep.
Save it to the docs folder.
Yes.
You get a digital download. Save it to your docs folder. Fox in docs.
I save all my
Is that a
images in
Doc
Doc.
X or a Doc S?
Speaking of things going out of the, going away, Fox.
Oh, yeah, Fox.
Oh, right. The
20th
mouse.
Century Fox.
Yep.
I just saw
Going to
the
the mouse.
first trailer that had I think it's called Searchlight
Fox Searchlight?
Century or something like that. They took out the Fox, 20th Century Fox.
It's just like
Yeah.
Searchlight. Well,
yeah, it's something like that.
Wasn't Searchlight like their indie studio or no?
It was their Searchlight.
Oh, but I guess
Look,
it was
we're
like
looking
Fox
for
Searchlight.
projects.
They got rid of Fox.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. Fox Searchlight turned to Searchlight Studios or something like that.
Mm.
Anyway, I saw it on the new Wes Anderson trailer.
Oh,
It was the
right.
new logo.
I gotta watch
and it
that.
actually looks weird. It looks HD. It's like really, because 20th Century Fox was
Oh,
like
like-
big and square and like massive. It's like small. It feels small in the frame and like wide because Searchlight's such a long word.
You're right.
It's
Yeah.
like weird HD, long, flat. It looks kind of bad actually
long
to me.
flat.
Long flat.
I'll have to check it out. Actually, what am I doing? I'm sitting in front of a computer. I can look at it right now.
They made some good films with the Searchlight. They were able to find some good films with their Searchlight.
Yeah.
And
Speaking of which, the new Wes Anderson movie looks really good.
cool.
I'm excited.
Searchlight Pictures.
Yeah. Searchlight
Okay, yeah.
Pictures. Yeah.
There's like a black and white one. Oh, but no, there it is. Yeah, it's on the. It's on. Yeah.
So they got rid of that Fox, and it's just like
Who do you think's responsible for making that image?
Chris Toll.
You know.
Some
Shouts out to
graphics.
Chris Toll.
Some graphics guys at some.
But it's
or
like
girls.
it's funny because it's just funny to think about that file exists somewhere, and it's like I got to open up the file,
Yeah.
I got to open up the project and
Yep.
change
Right.
it. You know,
Like they probably had on like one centralized
process
space
is
like
funny
the
to think
Fox fanfare intro logo, and it's like no one lose this. And now it's like, well, we're done with that file. We don't need that anymore.
yeah.
So
I'm glad we're not
unfortunate.
not responsible for keeping that file.
Yeah.
That thing would be poorly named and misplaced and buried.
Searchlight final one.
Yeah.
Searchlight final logo.
It'd be in the docs folder.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of movies and Fox Searchlight and all that stuff, if any poor bastard, watched our podcast last week. We did a little Oscars contest.
Real quick,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
how do I full screen this?
I don't know.
Phil's got something here.
Are you trying?
Can
to
you
show it?
can you show that?
Um,
Go to my
We're
camera.
gonna get
Yeah, I'm on your camera. I can see it. It says Searchlight.
Yeah, that's the new
pictures.
That's the new logo.
Oh
Yeah.
It just looks strange. It's
I can
like-
zoom in on it if we want, but
or go to. Anyway,
yeah.
you get the idea. Look at
here, or I can do it to Trevor's.
I get to this guy.
Okay, that's bad. Oh, yeah, you got to go back, or you got to focus on it. Other way, you're getting me. Focus on it.
Working on it. It's getting worse. Better.
It's getting better.
All right, this is.
This is terrible.
Yeah, and the screen went dark.
Just forget about it.
Yeah,
Oh, wait. Well, it's hard because there's a delay on my side.
yeah. I mean,
The
this,
screen went dark on my phone.
Oh. All right. Well,
you get the
Anyway,
idea.
it looks weird. It looks
You gotta
weird and
refocus
flat
me
in
again.
HD.
I get you.
So we got a whole production going on here now. You can see Trevor's not here. He's somewhere else. Where is he? Let's see.
See, it looks squat.
Yeah,
I think that's good.
It doesn't look
Diddly
impactful.
squat. Yeah, it does look good.
You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like missing. It's like they chopped the top off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had a Oscars contest last week. We were hoping some people would play along because you could have won a crisp $100 bill.
I think there was a
Crispy.
winner, J. Edgar Malmage, right?
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. Malmage
Yeah.
got in right before the Oscars started. That's
Yeah,
right.
so Malmage
Yeah,
just
Malmage wins.
message us your address,
Yep.
our PO box, and we're
gonna
gonna
send
send you
you
the $100 bill.
A freshly
Congratulations.
is it minted when they're like first off the press?
Yeah,
Yeah,
freshly minted.
Freshly
$100
minted.
bill.
A
for you.
2020 $100 bill.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mr. Malmage.
How'd everybody do, by the way? Because we played along too.
Yeah.
We have tabulated our scores.
Yes, the results are in.
And there's a winner
there is a winner.
in the Laserline camp.
Who thinks?
And who is it going to be? Let's do like a
Oh,
drum roll.
vote down below.
Yeah.
Or I'll switch.
So we
Who's
got-
it going to be? And I'll switch between the camera angles.
Oh.
I forgot which one it was. And that one. Woo! Beating Trevor by 1 point.
Ding, 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 ding. Phil got 13.
I just barely won with
How many
13.
How many are there? What's the 13 out of what? Did we count that up? 1, 2, 3. Six,
Trevor was
7,
second
8,
place with
9,
12,
10, 11,
and
12,
I was
Travis
last
was
place.
last place with 8.
16,
8,
17,
yes.
18, 19, 20.
Good round number.
8. That's mine.
24. So I got a 50%. You got 55.
And what did I get?
Percent. If this was a test.
I got 8. How many were there?
So we
24?
all-
24.
So we
8,
all
16,
failed.
24, yeah.
Yeah, we all failed the test.
I got a 33%.
You just failed the least.
Yeah.
That pretty much sums up my schooling.
Yeah. The least amount of failure.
Story of my life right there.
Yeah. All right. So, Malmage, congratulations. We'll
Well,
be seeing
yeah.
a Chris
It's-
Pundo.
That's a big deal for you. And you know what else is big for you? I think you might owe. You might want to. Do you want to give like an Oscars speech
Oh yes.
for your win?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to thank Laser Lion for making this happen. I want to thank my parents, God, my producers, the cast and crew of who setting up this amazing production.
Like I'm watching him in the crowd. Keep talking.
You know, I couldn't do it without Trevor Cruz, Travis Ingram, Mr. Malmage, Elizabeth Rios, Chris Toll, a collaborator, you know, all our collaborators, all of our people we work with. I'm just so blessed to be here and just to even be, you know, nominated amongst talent like yours. And also, this is hard for me to say, but I stand against injustice. I know that's, I know you don't want to hear that. It's controversial, but don't eat meat. Make sure to recycle and don't fly on your jets. Okay, bye.
Get out of here. Woo! Great speech there.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Pretty original.
Do you want to give us a pup date?
Oh, I like that terminology.
A little pup date? Because we talked about it in the first podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quick pup date. The puppies were born.
Woo!
Tawny is a mother and Cubby is a father.
They were born.
And they're growing, and they're really, really cute. And follow my Instagram for puppy pictures.
All right. Maybe we could put some puppy pictures on the podcast.
Yeah, I'll put one on the Laser Lion.
The Puppy Picture Podcast.
Cool.
Picture Puppy Podcast.
Well, what else can you talk about? Oh, I'm wearing a bird shirt today, if anybody's watching.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
I was looking to see if you were wearing a bird shirt. You have zebras on your shirt, Travis.
I don't know what any of this is. These are like
It's a
odd
cool shirt.
collections
I like it.
of things. Steinmart.
Travis, you kind of
Shout
inspired me to break out some of my short sleeve button up shirts again because I was like, I haven't worn like a button up in a long time.
It's a good button-up season.
I'm wearing this shirt in honor of Winston Bishop from New Girl because he's a real big fan of bird shirts. So I was like, I'm going to wear a bird shirt today.
Nice.
So that's why I wore the bird shirt.
Quick shout out to Giancarlo, Cy, and Tom for watching with us.
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
Thanks
it's a
for
big,
tuning
big
in.
audience. Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
this
excited.
is massive.
I mean, stay tuned for the guests we have
I'm
later.
kind of thirsty.
Me too.
I don't know about you guys,
But
but I think I could go for a LaCroix with the boys.
so could I. All right. Oh, the equipment.
Cheers. It's all right. We'll just buy more. We've got tons of money. Am I right?
You do? Can we have some?
Please.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually watching New Girl all the way through.
Oh, cool.
All right. Are
did
all the
that last
episodes on
year.
Netflix? Or are they still making
Yeah.
episodes of that show?
No, that show's over.
Okay.
Show's over on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Show's over.
It
Pack
should have
it up.
been. It should have been
And
like 4 seasons.
I'm just going to be
before
the
the end.
late to the game guy on the podcast.
yeah.
Every week, I'm just going to be like, "Hey, I'm watching this thing that was out." You know,
Hey, don't worry. I
8
still haven't
years
watched
ago.
it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just watching Better Call Saul, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still got to get around
We might
to like
start that.
Bewitched. So
Again, because I don't remember all the first season, and now that there's 4 seasons on Netflix, we
The
might
4th season just got
give that
put
a go.
out last week
nice.
on Netflix. That is.
Spetflix. Cool. Does anyone have any talking points or?
Has anybody? Did we already talk about this?
What?
If so, we can move on. But did y'all use the Disney Plus after the Mandalorian? Did we already talk about that?
We talked about it a little bit.
I've watched
but-
some of the
On
Marvel
podcast?
animated series
podcast.
on there. You know, the X-Men cartoon.
Oh,
yeah.
The X-Men cartoon.
Was that post finishing the Mandalorian?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Kind of
Post
like
finishing.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've even put it on since Mandalorian went off.
I have, but I've been watching that, trying to finish that Jeff Goldblum show.
Right.
I got like 1 or 2 more episodes, but I honestly, it's weird because it's like there was a time where I just stopped using Disney Plus as soon as The Mandalorian was done, and then I kind of forgot about everything else. I was like, oh yeah, I was watching that Jeff Goldblum show, and then Ashley and I started The Simpsons. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I've watched a few Simpsons too. So.
All right. I guess I'm the odd man out.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing new there.
Oh, and I watched Free Solo. I think is on there too.
oh yeah, but no, I mean it was weird. It was like Mandalorian ended, and then
Huge vacuum.
big vacuum. Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch. I watch that Avengers Endgame every now and
Shouts
then
out to
because
my
it puts
wife
me to
on the
sleep.
podcast.
So I watch that.
Say hi to my son.
It's a
for
good
me. Give him
bedtime
kisses.
story.
It's
What's
weird.
up, cruises? How's it going?
What did you say, Travis?
Yeah. We're
I know,
overlapping.
talking about
I was
Disney
like, who do
Plus.
I respond to?
Sometimes I just will put on the Avengers Endgame because it makes me sleepy.
Because it's so
that one?
bad.
It reminds me of being on an airplane because I think the first time I watched it was an airplane, and it like brings back sleepy,
Good memories.
good
So
memories.
I recently hung one of my old flat screen TVs in my garage
Ooh.
Yeah.
and hooked the Apple TV up to it. And so I watch movies while I work out.
Mm.
And so I have like I work out. I'm trying not to sound like a total douche here. I was about to be like, yeah, I work
Can
out
you-
3 times a week. Got to get those gains.
Trevor's going to post some photos
Yeah.
to the live stream.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
With
test
his
something
shirt
out,
off.
see how it goes.
What are you doing?
Oh, I thought it was gonna fade.
Oh, so anyway,
Just curious.
But anyway, I do like a workout movie, so I'll put like a movie on or something like that.
Yeah.
So my most recent workout movie was Big,
Nice.
and it's still a great movie. It's weird. We were talking about it at lunch. It's like there's that whole thing with the fact that he's a kid and then he sleeps with that adult woman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, how old is he in that movie? I feel like he's like 12.
He's 13.
He's 13.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's technically a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a long-lasting sexual relationship with a 35-year-old woman.
And they make a big... I mean, it's weird because there's like this loss of innocence moment
Yeah.
where he's like, she turns the lights off, like he turns the lights back on,
When
and then
he's
he slowly
grabbing her boobie.
caresses her breast.
And then,
Hey.
like, they get used to it and they have a relationship.
Yeah.
Then he magically turns back to a child, and she drops him off at home, and she's like looking longingly at him, like, "Gosh, the good ones always get away." Yeah, he's 13, lady. He's 13.
You should be like, maybe I should get some help.
Yeah.
Maybe I should date someone more my age.
Yeah.
Robbing the cradle.
All the warning signs were there, people.
Oh,
that this was a magically grown 13-year-old boy, and she just
What a
let
weird
love
adult.
blind her. You
He
know,
was a strange adult.
she should have seen
but
it.
honestly,
she should have
though,
seen
is it that strange? Because a lot of modern men stop right around then anyways. And
Oh,
then they
yeah.
just physically
Around
get
13.
older. Yeah, and they're like as dumb as a 13-year-old.
So you're saying she wouldn't really
I-
think
I
anything
mean-
was odd?
I don't think. I thought she thought
Yeah.
maybe,
Maybe
this
back
is
then,
pot
though.
kettle, I
I don't know
guess.
if it was as prevalent back then in that time,
Yeah.
early 80s. There were still real men out there.
Yeah, somewhere, I thought they all died off after Jimmy Stewart, maybe.
Bit like, yeah.
After
Where-
Rear Window, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there was the last
the
real
old
man.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
And
there
there's
was like
still
a
George
weird,
Clooney's kicking, so
Yeah.
it's kind of something.
Big is responsible for man-children worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Big.
That's a good organization. Man-children worldwide.
Yeah.
Sounds like one of
kinda
those.
Weird. Sounds like NAMBLA.
Yeah. Let's not go down that rabbit.
Yeah.
rabbit.
Speaking of real men and stepping up to the plate, when the going gets tough. Joe posted the other day a clip from Short Circuit 2
Oh man.
where Johnny Five is he's been beaten up, he's like dripping battery acid, his sparks are flying everywhere, he's like dying, and he's like committed himself to stop this bad guy, and he's got this like crazy mohawk.
Uh-huh.
And he's like driving down the boardwalk trying to get on he's escaping on a boat, motorboat.
Yeah.
And that song's playing, "I Need a Hero."
Oh yeah, and he's like falling apart as he's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh man.
Yeah. Doesn't he like swing onto a boat?
Yeah,
and
swings
land
on
on
the
the bad
boat,
guy?
he grabs the bad guy and pulls him
Yes.
off, drops
Yep.
him in the water.
Yep.
He was a real man in that moment.
Oh, yeah.
Stepping up to the plate.
Yeah.
Ironic because he's not a man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's why
You could learn so
I
much
brought it
from
up.
that robot.
Yeah.
But I was talking with Joe, and I was like, it's weird, like what imprints on you when you're young.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like watching that clip
Mhm.
and just everything about it, the music, the story, and I was like getting emotional.
Yeah.
I was like misty eyed.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's powerful.
It is
very
powerful. Yeah.
Very. Yeah.
The message.
Very messagey.
You know.
Yeah.
And I don't know his name, but
Yeah.
the actor who plays Saul's brother, Saul's afflicted brother in Better
Yeah.
Call Saul, he's in that movie
Oh, cool.
as one of the leads. It's like friends with Johnny Five.
Ooh.
Johnny Six.
Good one, Travis.
Also,
It
the
is-
Indian scientist in those movies is not really Indian, which is interesting.
That's like
He was like
circle
doing
right back to
brownface.
New Girl. I don't. What's her face is not. Cece's not a real Indian.
She's not?
No,
She's doing
Hispanic,
brownface?
I believe. Yeah.
Wow.
I guess she's
Yeah.
like a different type
Truth
of brown,
bomb
but
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was talking about speaking of brown face. I was hanging
If
out
I had
with
a
my
nickel for every
roommate.
time I heard that sentence.
Hanging out with my roommate.
every time we
Mike.
say brown face.
Maybe it was us talking about this, but
Uh-huh.
I think it was my Mike, and we were talking about like Chappelle.
Shouts out to
he
Mike.
did like the first person to do whiteface. Were people doing whiteface before him?
When did White Chicks come out? Was that before him?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. But he always had that like whiteface guy.
Yeah.
It's like, should I be offended? I don't care. It's funny.
I don't care.
Yeah, no, it's
No.
just
And it's clear. Is there a difference between someone who's clearly trying to be funny
Well,
or someone who's like
like
who's playing
Tropic
a serious
Thunder.
character?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Robert Downey.
right. So I
But-
feel like it's different. Personally, I feel like I can it feels different if someone's doing it as you're supposed to know, and
Right.
it's part
Right.
of the story,
Right.
Yeah.
or part of the gag, or
Right.
or it's funny because you know what they're doing, versus someone like Cece or like that guy from Short Circuit, like where you're not supposed to know. It's supposed to blend into the background.
Right.
Is there a difference to y'all? Does it feel
I don't know.
different?
It feels different.
I feel like it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely.
Because you're in on the joke if you know.
Yeah. And back in the day, didn't they do Indian face for all the Native Americans?
Oh yeah.
Like they didn't
Oh,
cast
right.
Native Americans, so right? They were just
No.
They
Yeah.
were just white guys dressing up like Cherokees,
Yeah. Or back in the real old days, like Shakespeare times, like women weren't allowed to,
Oh, right.
according to Shakespeare in Love, where I based my research, women weren't allowed to act on the stage, so they had like teenage
boys,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
eunuchs
Yeah, yeah.
playing the women.
Like the castrados.
That's
those
unfortunate.
boys
yeah,
that they
the castratos.
cut their things off.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah. It's
That's some suspension of disbelief right there.
But what if it did unlock something? We cut their dicks off, but they all figured out how to go to the moon. Without that distraction, you'd be surprised what they could get done.
Okay, that's the topic. The world would change.
Oh yeah,
Everything would get better in a generation. If you could get over the emotional trauma of losing it as a man. But say you could just lift that distraction from your mind.
Oh,
Oh my God.
I feel like this is an alternate reality,
I
or
was
this is a
zen
Mandela
out.
thing, but I have to redact my CC statement. She is Indian. She's a British-born Canadian. Her dad is Indian. Her mom is German-Italian. But I swear...
so she's halvesy though.
I swear I looked her up before. I was like, just to see, and I swear it said she wasn't. But and then this... I never know what to think about Wikipedia. I'm always like...
it's always the truth.
Yeah. I was like, did somebody just go in here and alter this for the show? Or
Right.
But,
Well, the guy from Short Circuit is not
yeah.
Indian.
So,
So
yeah.
there you go.
So,
And I'm sure
There
there's
you
some
go.
other ones.
yeah.
There was that whole gosh, we really are we're talking about old
I know.
like old stuff. New Girl, Short Circuit. Now I'm about to bring up there was that movie with who was it? Was it like a Cameron Crowe movie where I never saw it, but he casted that girl from La La Land as like a half Hawaiian, half Asian, half white
Emma Stone?
Emma Stone. She played this 3 mixed race person, and everybody got up in arms.
Yeah, weird.
That was a couple of years ago, but kind of a recent whitewashing incident.
Whitewashing.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
No.
No, speaking of whitewashing, it is Black History Month.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
Good segue, Travis.
I heard that Regal Theaters will let you watch Harriet for free.
Oh, very
Oh, really?
cool.
About Harriet Tubman, which we
cool.
brought that up. We said, "Is that about Harriet Tubman?" On the
Yeah.
other podcast. Anyway, yeah, it looks good. I want to see it.
Who plays Harriet? Oh, we were just looking at.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's a newcomer, but I heard the original song was performed at the
Cynthia.
Oscars, and it was really good. I was
Oh, cool.
Rocket Man's gonna win, but that should win. That
Yeah.
performance was
Who did
awesome.
it? Was it like the big woman?
What big?
I remember I was watching it. The audio was off, but there was a really large woman that sang.
Uh-huh.
Looked to have
no, it was a African American woman.
Oh, okay.
It would be more appropriate for the. She had a cool dress with a, I don't know what you call it, a huge collar. that
Yeah.
kinda framed her face.
Oh, like a
She sang really good. And
Amidala thing.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a great song. Maybe you want to see the
nice.
movie.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Any other Black history tidbits?
Well, I was just thinking, it's like I don't know any of it. How much do you know? What actually is Black history pre?
Civil rights movement?
Right. Yeah. I don't know
Or
a darn thing.
You mean Africa Days? Or?
Yeah. What were their kingdoms, their continents? Like the rulers of Roman empires were there.
Do you
Right.
think it's more about that or more about American Black history? Because it was kind of kicked off by
Yeah.
people in America.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I feel like it has a slant towards that.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like the people in the
It's
equality
it's weird.
revolution and whatnot.
Because like their first real independent country was Haiti, I think. You know, like the first black independent country.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still relatively new, you might say, you know? So it's interesting because it feels like their history is only kind of just beginning.
Well, I'm sure there was independent countries back like before slavery days that we just were like, yeah.
Well, I think they were all controlled by like, you know, the British Empire or something. They were like...
But it all depends on who you ask, you know? Like,
Right.
they probably considered themselves independent. And like,
True.
the
It's like
British
they
were just
didn't even
like,
know
on
they
paper,
existed.
we own this land. you
Yeah.
know? They just weren't respected at all
Right.
till maybe now.
Mm-hmm. But it's hard to even find out history. I feel like it's hard to know the history pre-America.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's a good point.
what is
It's like
it?
we
I
know,
couldn't
like
even
you said,
tell
we
you.
know like Egyptians, Roman Empire, excuse me, as I'm
Right,
burping
like
into
the
mic.
Mongols, the Ottomans, all this.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's weird, too.
what was
like-
happening?
Yeah, because, you know, like they say, like the winners of the wars write the history.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Or like each culture writes their own history, too. Like, I was reading an article that was saying something like, you know, like in our minds, in American minds, we kind of like went over there and won the war. You know,
Right, yeah,
World War II,
right.
you know, like we dropped the ships on Iwo Jima and D-Day. We dropped a bomb, and that was pretty much it. We won the war, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if you ask other countries view it completely differently, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like Russians view it completely differently. Like I was reading
Oh,
about
yeah.
how they were doing. I remember they were criticized about kind of like a military parade that they were having,
Mm-hmm.
and like maybe Trump was going to want to do one, and they were like criticizing it, like, what are we doing here, like competing? But I read like from their perspective, like they're celebrating the anniversary of like all the sacrifice they did to like win.
Right.
In their minds, like all the, you know,
It's
they
like
had
the
the most
Remembrance Day.
deaths.
Yeah.
They had by far the most deaths in
Yeah.
World War II. So it's like every country tells themselves a different story about, you know, their
Oh, yeah.
side of history too. You know.
Mhm. Yep. Oh, speaking of...
So anyway, I wonder, like, well, yeah, I wonder what their history is over there. You know, like,
Right.
what do
They probably don't
know,
feel like
or-
they won it. You know, they probably feel like, well, we made it out alive. Whereas we feel like we won. You know, some people probably feel like, well, we're still here.
Mhm.
You know, speaking, though, of World War II, I was telling Trevor this the other day. I watched a scene from that Jojo Rabbit movie. Have you seen
Oh,
anything
yeah.
about it?
I've seen some trailers and some interviews and stuff.
So I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before, but the scene was them Heil Hitlering. Remember, and we said, like, you know, you come in, and it was like, who? I remember you specifically said this, but it was like, was that also a comedian that did that? And it's like,
Oh.
like Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler, you know, and everyone has to say Heil Hitler.
yeah.
We talked about that, right?
Well, is there more?
Well, that's what the scene is. It's a joke. That's it. That's the joke in the
It's like the
movie.
most in like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah, it's like
that.
the most times they say how, like, people walk into a room, they all address each other with saying Heil Hitler first. It's like made to be a joke.
Oh yeah.
It's like they stole that from something.
Well, I know Seinfeld had a joke like that.
That's
where,
what, yeah, I said
Okay.
where
that,
he
yeah.
was like,
I was like, I feel like it's Seinfeld or Mulaney.
you
or
have the
something.
you have the
Yeah.
Heil Hitler like
Yeah.
when you're out in the public, and then you have
Oh,
like
like
the
the-
office where like, hey, how's it going? How'd you? Oh, Heil Hitler. how's the way to go? Heil Hitler. You know, kind
They
of like
stole
the
that
casual office Heil.
Yeah. So, you know, speaking of joke stealing, that
There's-
or doing things that might already have been done,
Yeah.
they that was like a pivotal scene. I think, you know, people like that scene in the movie and think it's funny, which
There's
it
so
is.
many.
But they stole it.
Joke theft is such a thing, and it has
Mm-hmm.
so much drama behind it. But there's so much. I see it every time I watch any kind of comedian or comedy. I'm like, that's from something. That's from something. Often from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And you know,
It's a Ziggy.
people don't even bring it up. People don't even
Right.
notice it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's everywhere and it's blatant.
Mm-hmm.
I did, and especially like in interviews, like people will sit down on Ellen or something or a Tonight Show, and they'll say like some kind of funny, you know, idea, and I'm like, no, that's from Seinfeld. You can't
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah,
You can't-
Right.
It's like everybody just kind of forgot. It's like, oh right.
Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Okay, it's not like in someone's act and not making money, but it was actually Jojo Rabbit guy too. It was Taika Waititi. He was on Ellen, and she said, how did it feel to win the Oscar for best script,
Yeah.
And he was like, well, it was great. He's like, because, with something like that, I don't have to thank anybody. He's like, I was the one who, my mom introduced me to the book, but she didn't write anything. I wrote down all the words, It was like a joke. But that was Quentin Tarantino's joke at the Golden Globes, like a month ago.
Weird.
Like word for word. It's like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And now you're sitting on Ellen like, I'm so clever. It's like, you clearly heard that like
Yeah.
a month ago
Yep.
on the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
You just can't say anything anymore because
No.
someone's going to repeat it and get more famous for saying it than you.
Yep.
1-800 calling me.
Ooh,
Should we answer it
sure.
on air?
Yeah. Da-da-da-da.
Hello?
This is an automated call from Apple. We are getting suspicious activities detected on your iCloud account. Security has been breached due to
Too much
unauthorized
weird
login.
downloads of videos.
Steve Jobs is coming for you.
That's weird. I've never gotten a phone call from Apple before.
Pornhub download. Pornhub download.
Too much porn on the cloud.
Watched on the cloud.
It's eating away your servers.
It's affecting other customers.
The porn is everywhere in the iCloud.
You're
It's
slowing
becoming a
down
real
the
problem.
internet for the nation.
Porn apocalypse.
Porn apocalypse.
That's our new Netflix B movie.
That actually is kind of cool. Porn apocalypse.
What would be happening?
I don't know. It's like it'd be breaking the internet mainframes.
Like too much traffic for porn and it shuts
down and everyone's like, that's the opposite of the sex drive being taken away from men. It's just like the supply of like what lets you get through the day takes away.
That's the problem. It's not enough sex drive. It's sex overdrive.
It becomes like a 28 days later thing, like rage. Like, I gotta get out.
It's that guy. It's the same actor. He's walking around with like a shaved head and a trash bag full of Kleenexes. Like nobody's around.
It's like Weinstein's coming out of the woodwork like zombies.
Where's the internet?
No internet. No
They're
internet.
like
No
they're
porn. baby.
trading their old
something.
DVDs.
Go crazy. Don't mind if I do.
Oh, that'd be.
Oh, write this down.
Yeah.
That's a freebie out there.
Yeah,
Somebody write
somebody
that.
make that.
Somebody write that, send it to
Brittany?
us, and we'll make it.
Brittany, get someone to write a script. We'll produce it.
Porn apocalypse. At least a trailer.
Yeah, you get
Hashtag
some
porn apocalypse.
hot
Oh, we can do that
girls.
here. It kind of looks like an apocalypse out back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we could film it in here.
Oh yeah.
You just hire regular dudes,
Yeah.
tell them to be angry, act natural.
Get some roided guys.
Yeah, yeah. Right after they get back from the gym.
I'm real
Yeah.
raged. I'm raged up. Got the roid rage, guys.
Get Trevor after his workouts.
Yeah. Catch me post workout.
Yeah.
I'm a real handful.
I was gonna say my workouts are so long I can't just watch a movie. I have to watch like a Kevin Costner movie, like a long epic, Dances
Oh,
with
right.
Wolves, because
Yeah.
otherwise I just won't have
Yeah.
enough content to last the whole workout.
Right.
I gotta watch like a 3-hour movie.
You got to get those
Yeah.
gains.
I do the whole
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings trilogy. So
The
works out
You do
nice.
the extended Peter Jackson. Yeah.
the extended Hobbit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
one.
That's a good one. You've given me
I
some
can just barely,
inspiration.
that just barely last my whole
the Star
workout.
Wars, the original Star Wars trilogy is a pretty good one for my workout routine.
Yeah, that's
That
good
one?
for my warm up.
Mhm.
Ooh.
The
Yeah.
first 3.
The Godfather's not bad too.
What about what's that? What the hell's that movie with? It was a book, and it's in the South,
Potter.
and the big fire happened.
The Ten Commandments?
That was
Civil
a
War.
Southern film.
Civil War, the best movie
my
ever.
brain is broken.
What?
Frankly, I don't give a damn. That
What
one.
is that?
Civil
Yeah.
War?
I'm having
Casablanca?
a brain fart.
Yeah, what is that? Frankly, I don't give a damn. What is that?
I'm having
Frankly,
a
my
brain
brain-
Casablanca?
fart.
No.
No, Civil War, big dresses.
Oh,
fire.
that one.
It's a book.
Yeah,
It's
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the
Gone with
Wind.
the Wind.
There it is. All right, yeah. I watch Gone with the Wind when I work out.
Really? I don't think you do.
Yeah,
He
it's not
could.
on the streaming platform. I can't
He
watch
could.
Yeah. I might do a whole season of Game of Thrones.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be able to work out with just rock hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
without the
'cause that's what that
mainframes.
show's about, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hard as a rock.
All those gratuitous penis shots.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What? I'm lost here.
That's not in y'all's Game of Thrones?
Oh, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, me
I haven't
neither.
watched Game of Thrones. But now I definitely will.
There's how many?
It's on my watch list. That's something we were talking about. Was like there's the frontal male nudity is
Oh yeah.
is trying to.
on the up
I
and
feel like
up.
it was
It's on the up and
they're
up.
like trying to restore balance. The ratio was off in movies and TV, and now there's a lot of that. Like that show, Righteous Gemstones on HBO. So there's a surprising amount of penises in that show.
Yeah.
And you said you liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I support the because here's what's going to happen.
I support it too.
Yeah, I support it because life is a balance, and eventually it's going to get too it's
Yeah.
just going to get too bogged down, and they're going to have to rebalance it.
It'll
with
just be naked
the other,
acting.
so.
It'll be
make
normal.
it. Oh yeah,
Because we
Yeah.
were talking about how
Has anybody ever done a movie, like an entire movie where everybody's naked the entire time?
Pornos.
No, I know. But
trademark.
Um,
We're gonna do it.
probably
Yeah.
not.
It's going to star all three of us.
Yeah. If you could get past that, the story is great.
Listen, we did it just to get the funding. It was the only way we could get the funding.
Yeah, hey,
They
sex
wanted-
sells.
they said-
Take a look at these 3 pieces of meat right
The only
here.
way they do it is if we were all naked.
Yeah, and with Boston accents.
With Boston
The three of
accents.
us naked, Boston accents.
Hey, what you looking at? My eyes up here.
Yeah, up here. Look at my pee-pee. Yeah.
I can't do a Boston accent. I lose it every time.
But
What are you
that's
talking
interesting.
about? How you like them apples? That's so bad.
Wow, I like this
Oh,
idea.
man.
Yeah, not bad. Porn
Come on,
apocalypse. We're also all naked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we were talking about how, people were more conservative back in the day, and then there was kind of like the 70s, 60s free love movement, and things got kind of like opened up, and then films became like more open, and
Oh right.
there was like those raunchy comedies with
Yeah.
like nudity and stuff,
Like the Animals.
like the Animal House.
Ronch-coms.
Yeah, rom-com.
And then those kind of like faded away.
Mm-hmm.
We were saying like you couldn't make Animal House now with the same jokes and same premise. Like what was the other ones we were saying you couldn't make today? Oh,
Big.
Big.
Oh,
You said
Big,
Big.
yeah.
You couldn't
Yeah.
make that because it's just weird having sex with a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah. It's a lot.
But we were saying how but if you really watch the film, it's kind of beautiful in a weird, strange way.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yep.
people are so anyway, the pendulum, I don't want to judge people, but the pendulum has just kind of curved back to where everybody's way more conservative in a lot of ways than they were before in media and stuff and the consumption of media. But
I'm ready to get weird
So, yeah.
with ideas.
Yeah.
some weird, beautiful ideas probably couldn't be explored nowadays,
Oh, yeah.
or you just couldn't see past the blaring issue that
Yeah.
would arise.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of blaring issues that arise, how there's this virus going around?
Oh yes.
It feels like there's a lot of...
Talk about that.
I thought you were going to talk about your rash.
Oh, well, that too, It's interesting because, they're saying, they're going to like...
Coronavirus.
right? And there's been a few before.
What about the Bud Light virus?
Right. Yeah. Or the White Claw virus.
Yeah, that's an
Gin and
epidemic
tonic.
apparently.
I feel like it's like there's
Disease.
a worldwide disinformation campaign that happens when these things come around.
How so?
Oh, yeah.
Go into it.
Like because the first one, there was a big one a few years ago called like H1N1. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it affected
H1N1.
millions.
Was
They
it the
they
bird flu?
estimate no, it was a part of the. It's like they're
Was it the
all
same thing, though? It's like they renamed
thing.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
They all end up being renamed the flu. And it's like you say the flu kills everything. Yeah, because you're bundling all these brand new things into the flu. But they're not
Well, isn't
saying
it also like
It's like the
mutations?
flu is
though?
Disney.
Isn't it
Yeah.
also?
And all these other things.
Yeah.
That are all
it's like
little-
slight mutations on what they all say is the flu. But it's like after they come out, it's like, oh, it's called this. And then they literally come around every year. Like the H1N1 has affected like 20% of the world's population by now. We've probably got it, but it just is a cold to some people. But they always just say the flu.
Doesn't that suck? It's like
So
it's,
you're saying there's like, or sorry,
well, it's like it's a cold to one person, but to
Right.
the other person, it's death.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like,
didn't like a reporter die who was trying to?
Yeah, the
I
guy
read,
that-
like a
the-
guy
the
who's
guy
trying
that-
to expose it.
Trying to expose it
He ended up
died.
dying.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And was it from the
Convenient.
disease or
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it?
from-
I know
from
that's what they
corona.
say, but maybe.
Well,
You know.
they had pictures of him
Right,
sick
but
in the hospital.
it could have been like a thing where they're making viruses, and the beaker drape brought, and then it spills out, like 12 monkeys or something. I don't know if that's what that movie's about.
So when you're saying, so are you saying?
I just think they call it.
It's disinformation, or it's just, or
They're not really
they
telling you
just
what
kind
it
of,
is.
they use it as a big scare news story. But I feel like maybe the information is true, like it is a mutation on the
Right.
flu.
But they're
But
trying to
they make
say
it a
the
big
flu.
story, even though it comes back every
But
year.
I feel like it's the reverse in a way. Like they don't make it a big story. They're like, it is just the flu. Let's not worry. But it's like, it's a disease that's going to come around for the rest of eternity and probably kill 1% of people that it affects. That's what it is.
Right, but the first year it comes out, it's kind of a big story.
Right.
And then you're saying it just gets lumped in with
It
the
just
flu.
gets lumped into the flu,
Yeah.
and then you
Like
say the
there
flu
was
kills a
there was
bunch
like
of people.
the bird flu, and then there was the pig one, the pig
Right.
virus.
But it's like they're just saying that. But it's like these are things. It's like they're not telling you like the real, honest truth. It's like these are new
Right.
diseases that have now come out that will kill like 1 to 2% of the population. From here on out, they'll come across.
it's a culling.
Well,
Yeah.
but what's weird is though they do it. I feel like for the first year or so,
Right?
they
but
give it
it's-
a name, they call it a thing.
But
And
they
then
could just call
after-
it like AIDS. You could call it something else, but it's not in the same family. But it's still something that's very significant. But you're just saying
Well,
it's
do they
the
know
flu.
what? Is it like the same? I guess I wonder
Technically,
if it
might
technically
be.
is like just a mutation in the same exact virus that causes the flu or whatever.
Right, it is, but everything's probably a mutation of something. I feel like they just do it to say it's the flu, don't worry, but really no, it's a new disease that's going to kill people.
Right.
But they just don't want to like incite fear. Like the Spanish flu, that killed like 20 million people.
Yeah.
But it's like the flu.
I've heard. I'm only basing this out. I mean, I don't really remember, but some article or video was saying, like they were talking about the coronavirus, and they're like, lots of these tend to come out of China.
Oh yeah, because they're eating bats and weird shit. No, that's where it comes from.
It's like, stop doing that.
Just
Eat
stop.
regular
Just
stuff.
stop it. Yeah.
Yeah, they think it has healing properties.
Oh, yeah.
everything has healing properties.
Oh,
It came out of that fish market. This
Yeah.
one,
it's a
right?
penis.
Yeah, like
Make
a
it
weird
real horny.
animal market where they like sell bats.
And also real sick.
Yeah,
This kid feels strong during porn apocalypse.
yeah. Like remember Rob went over to China and got really sick.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
right.
what if that's what it is? But it's like, since we're American, maybe
Yeah,
we have
shouts out
better
to
immune
Rob.
systems. But it's like, well, it
Hope
might
you're doing well,
kill.
buddy.
I heard that.
People.
I just saw an article. I didn't read it, but I read the headline that they executed somebody in North Korea who had the virus and was quarantined and went to a public bathhouse. And like they found out and executed him.
See, they're taking it very seriously in the shadows.
It sounds rough, but in a certain way, it's like, get out of there, man. What are you doing?
yeah, I know. Yeah.
You're
He's like
quarantined.
thinking, you know what would help? A nice warm bath.
Yeah, in the public
everyone.
bath, with everyone.
Yep.
Oh, I know.
It'd be if you were like
Knowing
a
them,
cult.
the drain probably goes straight into the drinking water.
Yeah. It'd be cool if you were like
don't know.
like a
I'm
bad
judging
cult,
by
because then you just hire people to get sick and spread the virus.
Oh yeah.
You just
Yeah.
spread it around the world. It's like you get like 100 people in on it. You're like, let's just cause the
Like we were talking about earlier, like why isn't there more? Like if you watch that documentary, Wild Wild Country, they supposedly had like poisoned some of the like what do you call it, buffet restaurants?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
poison the buffet food, and we're like, why is that happening every day?
Yeah.
Or is it?
It might be.
And we just don't know. And we were saying like, what if it's like not poison with something quite deadly, but like somebody like
Right.
peas in all the salsa at Moe's, and
Yeah.
everybody just goes home with a stomach ache, but they don't really know why.
Yeah.
That pico upset my stomach.
I strike again.
The beer.
Success. He's like some sort of weird supervillain.
Yeah. Or if like you're just sick, go and like blow your nose in like the salsa, you know?
Ugh.
Every time I have like a troublesome
Just can't
order
think about
at like
stuff like that.
at a drive-through, you know, like
Oh,
if it
yeah.
kind of goes bad, or complicated. I'm
it's going bad.
This order, I should just leave now. This order's going too bad because they're gonna like lick my hamburger bun or like spit in my taco meat.
Yeah.
I was like, I know they spit in my
thought of
taco
you
meat. I guarantee.
The other day when I went to Chick-fil-A because I was in that drive-thru, and the Chick-fil-A drive-thru is so crazy now. Like with all the people, all the staff members outside at the drive-thru, it's getting ridiculous.
It's
like
so ridiculous.
So there's a person who takes your order now, and then there's a person who takes your money, gives you your receipt, and then there's a person standing outside the window
handing
you your
you.
food and your drink from the person on the inside.
It doesn't make any sense. It's
Nightmare.
awful.
Yeah. Just
one time when I went through it, because they get so over anxious, they literally spent God knows how much building that overhang.
I know
that
it's got an overhang,
so
and
they can
it's
sit
like
there
a
and stand
theme park under there now.
Yeah, and stand in the fans. They get so over anxious. They send the little kid with the order taker, like all the way around the corner. He's like, and one time they were trying to take my order, and I just left my window up. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
I'm sorry they didn't like take you to their back secret
I was like,
room
I'm
and
not
interrogate
doing
you.
this. I'm not like there's people trying to exit the drive-thru and like ramming, like about to T-bone me, and some guy's trying to take my order. I'm like, no, get away from me.
Yeah.
Wait till we're in a safe location for me to speak to you.
Right.
Also, what's going to happen? My food's going to be ready, like sitting up there getting cold.
Yep.
No. What good does this do? Just stand under your freaking overhang and wait for me to get there to you. Better yet, just let me talk into the speaker.
You already have the system.
The system was fine.
Yeah. No, it's
I go in because
it's got to be
it's
a
frustrating.
test for some kind of like analytics department or something to do some kind of research on drive-thrus because I feel like they're trying to like.
But they can't measure the human
reinvent
emotion.
the wheel.
You know, even the two that form into the one after you order is stressful. Like I you know, like I try to
because you don't know what it's like. Okay, maybe you're supposed to stagger, but then people don't stagger.
Right, and like I was ordering, and then the guy to my right, like I was ordering, and then he was ordering, but he came in like 5 seconds after I did, but it was backed up the whole way, you know.
Right,
and I had finished my order before he finished. He was nice and saw that I was there moments before him and let me go, but it's like he could have just as easily not let me in.
Yep.
And then it's like, how do they know if someone does that or not?
Yeah,
you know,
I don't
it's
know.
Like, well, if you got cut off,
Have you ever got the wrong order with the merge?
No, I haven't because it stresses me out that I like stress out and try to make sure I get it correct.
I told you about that story that happened to me, right? Yeah. So I think it was that same time, and I think I
was it that Chick-fil-A, the one that we go to?
Oh yeah. So I get up to the window. There's one car in front of me to the window where you're going to get your food, and I see them hand him the bag and the drink. And it's in his car for a good 30, 40 seconds. And there's some kind of like, confusion. And then it's handed back to her. And then they give him his food and he drives off. And then I pull up and she just hands me the food.
So
and I was like,
ridiculous.
And doesn't say
weird.
anything. I was like,
well, speaking of food sabotage,
I was like, excuse me, was that food just in that man's car? And she was like, for a second. And I was like, I don't want this food.
No,
what if he had the
someone else
coronavirus?
touches it,
throw
it away.
And I'm pretty damn sure that's the rules.
It is.
It is the rule. Yeah.
And how dare she not even say anything? Like, is it okay that do you want? You know, could I have your meal remade for you?
Right.
She just handed it to me like I was supposed to take it. And then when I said I don't want that food, she like knocked on the window and said, he wants it remade.
Oh, you should
like blaming me.
No,
and then the manager was like, "Why? What are you talking about?"
I'm pretty sure it's like food code that you can't serve.
Food code.
Yeah, you gotta
food code.
Hashtag food code. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did. Looked in the bag, kind of maybe touched
what
the
if
fries.
He had coronavirus?
Right. Touched the fries.
The
This doesn't look like mine. Take a sip of the drink. Nah.
Yeah, like he has like a dog in there. The hairs in the air, hands in the bag, and gets on the fries.
And then the worst part of it was, the manager was like, "Why?" And it's like, "Oh, it was in his car."
The manager asked why?
Yeah.
Well, the manager should just be like, "Yeah, make him a new one. That's the rules.
She should
That's
have
food
said,
code.
"Of course."
That's why
she should have looked at that.
I didn't become manager by questioning the customer.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know?
She should have looked at that person in the window and said, "Of course he wants his food remade. How dare you even question him?"
Yeah.
So then they take my food back, literally like 10 seconds, and I get a new order, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
this is the same freaking order.
Mm-hmm.
They took it back. They went, and they handed it back. I was like, there's no way this is a new order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just driving off like steaming. Because then I also have respect for the people behind me. I'm like,
I know.
everybody's
yeah.
getting mad at me.
Oh,
So stressful.
yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that stressful.
I'm
You're just
going on
trying
record.
to eat.
I hate Chick-fil-A drive-through.
Oh,
It's a little rough. It's a bit much. It's like
I can't do
don't-
drive-throughs that much anymore. Drive-throughs in general are.
You remind me of my dad. We'll be like on a road trip, and you're like, you want to go in order and take it back into the car, and I'm like, no, but I guess
It's always
but
like
it is
quicker.
it's almost
quicker than
faster
going to the
go
drive-thru.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Especially at Chick-fil-A. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like the drive-thru is slammed, and you go inside. There's nobody in there.
Yep.
I'm usually so sore from my workouts I don't want to get up out of the
Right.
car.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I
I
mean,
just
when
wanna
you get
keep
through
sitting.
like the whole trilogy, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Once I'm through the Helm's Deep battle, I'm I'm pretty sore.
After you've watched like The Abyss, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah.
I'm like, let's just sit in the car
Yeah.
with the drive-through.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you for Chick-fil-A.
frustrating.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So yeah, if you're listening Chick-fil-A,
Shame on you. The
on
pleasure
you.
is not ours.
yeah,
We've got points
You're
on the
getting
app,
too
by the
much
way.
pleasure out of running that drive-through. You need to
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Calm down.
You're getting
with that
way
drive-thru.
too much pleasure.
Yeah.
Because definitely not getting our pleasure.
No. You're not pleasuring anyone.
But
You're a
yourself.
selfish.
You're self-pleasuring.
You're selfish.
Yeah.
You're a selfish lover.
Yeah.
You're only out for your own pleasure.
Yeah.
And but meanwhile, we're not pleasured.
Yeah.
We're not satisfied.
It's your pleasure, but not mine.
but not mine.
Yeah.
Yep.
I said thank you just to be polite,
Yeah.
but I'm sitting here.
Well, they
fuming.
say, my
Yeah.
pleasure, and that's what they mean. It's their pleasure.
Right.
100% their pleasure.
They're seeking their own pleasure
They're, yeah.
by serving us.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you call that? They're not the dominatrix. They're the subservient one.
The
top.
the sub, the submissive.
Yes, the submissive.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
would that be the bottom? I don't
They
know.
get
I don't
they
know
get
what those
pleasure
terms mean.
from
I'm
being
just saying they just
submissive,
sound cool.
to
Yeah.
us,
Yeah.
Doms and subs. Don't
Doms
forget to
and subs.
like and sub.
but only in their own
Yeah.
way.
True that. True that.
There's a scrapper out back.
Scrappers.
I hear him scrapping around out there.
A new scrapper.
Yeah.
Mm.
This might be, if it keeps getting warmer, this might be our last podcast in the warehouse. We might have to move inside.
We're sweating under these lights.
It actually kind of got better in a way. Like,
Yeah, we opened the
Yeah.
door and the AC's gone.
yeah.
Running the power bill up.
We have centralized AC. Yeah. It would suck to not. Gosh, in Florida.
Oh.
Let's talk about the benefits of
What?
AC for a minute.
Those, what do
Looking
those
for a
people
film
do?
crew?
What?
We have AC.
Yeah. I'm sold.
We got the first
I'm there.
AC,
And the second
the
AC.
second AC.
Hey.
Oh.
We got an AD.
Oh yeah, air conditioner.
Oh.
Air densifier.
Yeah.
Oh. Air dehumidifier?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Ooh,
there
there we
we
go.
go.
Yep.
ED.
We
And
need
then-
that for
Yeah.
sure in Florida.
That'll go well with our dehumidifying product, our DP.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man,
my goodness.
I'm just trying to think of that.
Yeah.
That was a David Brent reference I just did from the British Office.
British Office. Shout out. to the British.
The Office,
Yeah,
The Office.
the real Office.
Yeah.
I'm in season 7 now. I think Michael's about to leave the show. I kind of put it on and then just look at other things now. I'm like, I'll put it on and look at my
That
phone.
sounds about right.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, it's
People are
not-
like, how can you multitask like that? Or Kelly's like, you're not paying attention. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
getting enough.
Yeah,
I'm
I
on my
hear the
phone watching
audio.
that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh yeah.
Mhm.
Michael's doing something dumb.
Yeah. Oh, I watched The Office.
Pam likes what's his face.
Yeah.
Doofus is looking in camera.
Mhm.
Jim.
Which one is Doofus?
Jim. I'm one of the few people who do not like Jim.
I don't like Jim.
I don't really like him either.
Oh,
Okay,
speaking of
well,
not liking Jim,
I
there was
definitely
a,
don't like. I don't want to sound like a hater,
too
but
cocky.
I don't like him in other things either.
Oh yeah, you're a big
I'm
John.
a big John Krasinski,
Krasinski
downer.
hater.
He was
I know,
really
I'm sure he's a
bad.
nice guy, but He's distracting.
I
to
think
me
we've
when
talked
I watch
about this.
movies
Yeah,
with him
I think we talked about this. The thing I liked Silence. Did you like Silence?
You're
You're probably too distracted.
Quiet Place.
Or Quiet Place. Yeah, whatever.
You know they're coming out with a second one.
yeah,
today.
They
Yeah.
are, and I
liked it.
liked it, but he kind of turned me off.
Yeah. Okay. Here. This is why I didn't like the movie. Punch in on me, Trav.
Boom.
Okay, I'm John Krasinski, and I see or I hear something scary. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you to be quiet, and he goes like this.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Who does that? He's always like going to his lip to his nose.
It's weird.
That's acting, Phil.
Yeah,
She's being dramatic.
it's method.
He sat
What
in
if-
front of the mirror.
Instead of, what if my finger went up into my nose
What if I went back
I'm
in my mouth?
and in and
I'm
out?
so scared. I pushed my lips up kind of and hit my nostril.
Yeah,
I look so freaking scared.
you were so convincing in that scene, John Krasinski. I believed you. You know why? Because you pushed your lip up into your nose.
That means you were just terrified.
That's
People who
acting.
do that are really, really scared.
Mhm.
Let's talk about how he lucked out.
Oh,
Oh my god.
my.
He got
This
to play
guy, zero
someone
talent.
that doesn't need talent.
He just lucked out completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Very much
Great
so.
career.
Living the dream.
Beautiful wife
Yeah.
with lots of talent. I think they got kids.
I don't know.
I thought honestly the directing job was good in A Quiet Place.
Who directed it? Did he direct it?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's
He
like,
probably directed it. You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
directed.
Uh-huh.
You hire
Yeah.
like a great DP and an amazing crew, and you're
Yeah.
like, should the camera go here? And they're like, no. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, do what you think.
Yeah.
Direction done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, John? Well, I'm thinking we should be quiet for this scene. Great, let's do it.
All right. Quiet on set.
That should go without saying.
He's like, he doesn't say anything. He just does the.
The director point.
So
Director shush.
The PA's like, on her phone talking to somebody.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Ellen interviews from earlier,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's his
John?
his
That's
wife's
what we
name?
call a hard
Natalie
segue.
Blunt?
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
She
Mary
She
Poppins.
would have smoked that.
It was weird.
Heyo.
She
Wow.
Boom. She went on an interview on Ellen. It was Ellen's birthday, and she was like, "I have something
Uh-huh.
for you." And she was promoting the new Quiet Place movie, and she said, and she brought out this toy spaceship, and she was like, "Oh, y'all remember this?" She's like, "This was the spaceship from. Remember when the little kid got murdered at the beginning, and he was holding a spaceship that made all those noises?
right.
She was like, "This was the spaceship." And happy birthday! She gave it to Ellen. She was like,
Cool.
"All right."
That's so weird.
It was very weird.
yeah.
It's an
She was like,
obscure gift.
"Okay, thank you."
Maybe give it to the actor kid.
Yeah. Probably anyone. There's probably 20 people who would appreciate this
Yeah.
more than me.
What is this?
100?
I'm Alan. I don't need
Yeah.
this.
Speaking of A Quiet Place and things that are scary, and partially probably because I've been working on that unboxing video of our lights.
Yeah. Aperture lights.
Yeah, the lights that are lighting us right now are very fun because they have some fun features on them. And I just thought, what if we did a scary story segment and we used the lightning?
Ooh,
on
yeah.
them, Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'd I don't do like no way to time it.
Well, you
Yeah.
just practically do it.
Yeah.
If you had a long, scary story, you could just put the lightning on and it
Yeah.
would just be going.
So it's like, it's like
Yeah.
a natural lightning storm.
Oh, that'd be cool. We could do like a
Yeah.
murder mystery talk show and get effects going, get the machine
Easy to
going,
go right now.
get the hazer. Oh yeah, we brought hazer fluid, so we should have hazed this up.
We got some haze fluid.
Yeah.
I bought some more for the music video.
Because didn't we used to have a segment where the hazer came out? Or it
We did. We
it
had
was
a party.
Dance party.
Dance
Yeah,
party.
Dance party.
Hashtag
Why
us
am I
in the
on that
comments if you remember the dance party.
This one has way more.
one? Yeah. So the other day I was, Ooh. Look at this. It's lightning and thundering.
It's lightning.
Here's lightning.
What? Where's the lightning?
It's sporadic.
Intensity is 100.
The storm was forming outside. The lightning was anxiously waiting to begin. All right. I don't think it's working.
I don't think it's working.
Wait, it might be. Maybe.
This menu's different than the other lights that we have.
Oh. Something I was doing because I'm insane is I was looking up.
Hashtag Travis is insane.
I decided to watch videos on YouTube of turbulence. You know.
That's crazy.
I know, right? But it's funny because. Whoa. My eyeballs.
This one's explosion.
You know, it's like if the plane, like, it's just interesting to see people's different reactions. You know, you have like the one guy that's like, I'm going to be tough, you know, maybe like won't kind of start freaking out till the last minute. And so after watching so many, you can.
Plane turbulence?
Yeah. Like,
I'm not flying.
Like you can see like there's the people that just, the plane starts shaking and they instantly go to panic mode.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
me.
It's like, but then there's the one people that wait a while, like, I'm going to wait this out. But it's like if it continues, everyone has their breaking point before they start panicking.
Well, it's like bottling up and not progressively building.
Yeah.
You know what everyone
Anxiety.
does, even if they're playing it cool? The turbulence starts, and everybody's holding those armrests.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're like,
And they're
I'm
like,
cool.
Like, no big deal. No big deal. You're like, Holy Mary, Mother of God.
Hope this captain knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Damn it.
I lean into it.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go, baby.
Is that all you got?
Yeah. I get real weird with it.
What are you waiting for?
I'm not afraid anymore.
I love that scene in Almost Famous where the plane's going down and they're all like confessing, like, I slept with your girlfriend and I always hated you. And like the last guy to say something, he's like, fuck it. I'm gay. The plane levels out. That's great.
So funny.
It's awesome.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what would you do? You know, I don't know.
know.
I might hold out for a bit and then start freaking out. But I don't know if, or I might be the one that films it. I don't know.
I don't know. I always text or call somebody to let them know I'm traveling and
Oh,
tell
yeah.
them, do that whole thing.
That's like a universal thing.
yeah, and
In case I die, these are the last
yeah.
words.
And then
You
for some
know.
reason, to me in my mind, I'm like, okay. And then I get on the plane. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, that's all done. It's out of my control now. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I'm getting tired of it.
say a little prayer, a little Hail Mary before you take off, and
Yeah.
there you go.
There's nothing you can do once you commit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
You guys can go on that trip.
If you're listening to this on a plane,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
We love you, no matter what.
There's water down there.
Oh, we'll link in the comments one of our early hit videos.
Ooh, yeah. Do you want me
Flight
to do it?
1549.
I can grab it real quick.
Oh yeah, the real Sully Sullenberger story.
What is it? Flight 1549.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's the
that
video
and
from the
Laser
black
Lion.
box cockpit or something.
Anyway,
Maybe.
maybe
We can start wrapping things
what
up
else?
Yeah.
if we want. It's been a hot minute.
Anybody like take any cool photos that are worthy of 1,000 words?
Hashtag us in the comments any good talking points for podcasts, and we will look at them.
Yes. We will look at.
Do y'all like this
them.
format? We just kind of wing it. Sometimes
do.
it's good. Lots of times it's funny.
I
Sometimes,
feel like,
and speaking to the listeners too,
yeah.
because we were talking about maybe bringing talking points in or something like that.
Yeah, we had
but-
them in the beginning. You know,
Yeah,
we had
we had
like
little
Miller Time,
segments.
TJ Miller, and
Yeah.
Travis's girlfriend.
Mhm.
Those were fun.
Oh, yeah.
Those were fun, but they also got kind of like
They're formulaic.
yeah,
Yeah.
they got formulaic. They
Yeah.
almost felt like a burden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Try to think of something about Emily Ratajkowski.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun because they had music to the segments.
She's
and stuff.
gay
I like
now.
how they
Yeah,
played
that was fun.
it. Yeah.
She's what?
She's gay now.
She is?
Well,
announced that?
Gay in the '90s term. You
Oh,
know,
I
like,
see what you're doing there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not politically
We're going to get
correct.
canceled now, Travis.
Cancel me! How dare you?
Cancel Travis. We already his camera isn't even
Yeah.
working. You know?
Yeah,
It's not- I
it's already
can't-
halfway there.
He's canceled.
You can't take us off the air. We're
You're
broadcasting here live, 24/7, coming at you. from our underground bunker.
until you
Yeah.
come and get us.
From my cold, dead hands, you're gonna have to pry these cameras and microphones.
Yeah, brother. Start turning into Randy Savage.
Yeah. And it's only a matter of time until someone does that. They like, you know how there was like that David Koresh compound stuff?
Yes.
The whole Waco thing?
Oh, yeah.
Imagine if that was today and they're like
Yeah.
live streaming it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird.
you live stream your compound.
It's bound to happen at some point.
Oh, yeah, that'll be some.
Live stream like a cult compound?
Yeah, and then like they're breaking in comes the police, and then you can sort of see from their point of view, what are we supposed to do? And then they just come in.
It's kind of
and shoot
interesting. It's
you.
evidence. you
Yeah.
know?
It would prevent it from happening, probably. It's like,
Would they be live streaming like the day-to-day cult activities before the
maybe.
tragic
Probably
end?
most likely.
Yeah, have like their cult TV.
That'd be interesting to
Yeah.
tune into some cult TV.
Ooh, Cult TV.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
too.
That's ours.
It's
Yeah.
about baby horses.
Yeah.
Cult. It's just a baby horse in a
Cult
field
TV.
for
Yeah.
24 hours straight.
Remember Horse Matrix?
Oh, yeah.
That was my idea for a sequel to The Matrix. See, maybe that'll be in Matrix 4.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is Mr. Smith and all the programs are sitting around a table and they're like, all right, this whole freaking thing with humans didn't really work out. What? Anybody got any other ideas? Somebody's like, well, I did have that idea about the horse matrix. It's like a horse emits way more BTUs of energy than a human.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
our matrix has got to be like a screensaver. It's just
Right.
like it's a field and some sky.
Yeah.
You just run around.
Yeah.
It's like screensaver technology. Like they'll,
Yeah.
Right.
they'll be fine.
It's like the
They'll run
Windows
around.
starting desktop image.
Yeah,
of that
exactly.
Rolling
In
field.
3D,
Occasionally they get
that's
loaded
it.
up onto a horse trailer and go down the highway for a while.
Yeah.
Get slaughtered, turn into glue.
Yeah.
Why did we add glue to the horse
Oh,
matrix?
yeah.
We just needed a field for them to run in. We don't need the one horse.
It just allows the horse to appreciate life. That's all,
It'd be so much easier.
Is there an oracle horse?
There's the one.
The second you eat this piece of grass, you'll feel right as rain.
You can take the green grass or the yellow hay. It's your decision.
Thank you, Horse Morpheus.
Horsepius.
No one can tell you what the horse matrix is.
It's the smell.
It smells like a damn zoo in here. Oh my gosh. Hashtag horse matrix.
Yeah.
That's great. Horse Agent Smith.
Plus, when the horses are in those like
Well, he would be a
bubbles,
human, I guess, maybe. He'd be really pissed off the whole time.
Yeah.
he's like a wolf or something,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
chasing the wild horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when the horses are in like those, the womb bubbles,
Oh, yeah.
you
Yeah.
can
Those
hook
be
them
some
up to a
big
treadmill
womb
too.
bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
So you're sucking their body energy, but they're
Right.
also they're on a treadmill running in their dreams, and they're making electricity
Yeah.
with their hooves.
Yeah.
In like a pool of goo. Slowly.
One horse would get you like 10 people, though.
I just picture those things in like green clear tubes, just like,
Yeah.
but they're like not really awake, you know?
You could just hook up a real horse to a treadmill and put like some innocuous riff on their face.
Yeah. Wait, do you think you could do that for animals?
I know. I'm wondering about that.
Like, you just VR chickens, like, happy place as they get slaughtered, you know?
Hook a vacuum up to their butt and just get rid of the feces.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere to inject a constant stream of, like, the dead
It would
horse
make
is the
sense because
food.
it's like a much larger animal.
Yeah.
You get like 6 times the amount of energy.
Oh, yeah.
And way less computing power.
I want to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about...
You don't have to worry about an uprising.
Yeah.
Them building the Nebuchadnezzar.
They can't do it. They've got no thumbs.
Somehow they made it, though. You know, the horse Nebuchadnezzar.
And the horse Morpheus like,
Keanu Reeves. He like shows up in this dance club and there's a bunch of horses.
Trinity, wait.
Or he wakes up. Oh yeah, he wakes up, and like it's like a god shot of like the camera, and it's like 4 horses just staring
of the
Down.
apocalypse.
Yeah, yeah. Down.
Horse Morpheus wakes up Horse Neo. And he's like, welcome to the real horse world. And he's just like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Horse Morpheus, what's going on?
Yeah. He's like trying to jump off that building.
Yeah. God damn you, horse cipher.
Not like this. Not like this. They wake up and they don't have anywhere to go because they don't have a ship. They can't leave the horse computer city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just get captured and ground up and
I
turned into horse
I
meat.
picture this all drawn in the like cow and chicken style animation, you know, like that kind of like.
We should make it into a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd watch it.
Oh,
I
that
would
would be
too.
so
Oh, man.
freaking great. We should release it like a serial, you know, like do
Yeah.
a little bit at a time.
Yes.
Did you see the horse in the red dress?
I designed her.
It's weird.
If you want a personal,
The Tasty Wheat Kid's like a donkey or something weird. He's like a
Yeah.
it's a pony.
What have you ever noticed hay tastes like everything?
What if it tastes like Tasty Wheat?
What if hay tasted like grass? Or
They're just sitting at the table eating it with their mouth.
Yeah.
Horse Cipher and Horse Smith.
Oh man, what's Horse Cipher eating in that scene?
Steak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
weird. That's dark.
Yeah. Cow
just
Matrix.
eating like the freshest green grass.
Yeah. Oh my.
Can all be
Ignorance is
yours.
bliss.
Yeah. I know it's all the same.
Mhm.
You got like the junkie horses addicted to horse tranquilizers
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the nightclubs.
Horse nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
What up, Tom? We're talking about the horse matrix. Did you hear any of that horse matrix talk?
Yeah, write that down.
Write that down. Go back and watch the horse
Transcribe.
matrix.
Deliver it to us.
Horse Matrix.
Toot sweet.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah. Love it.
We should make
Well-
Horse Matrix.
I think we have a lot of work to do. We gotta go make Horse Matrix.
We got to go
Yeah.
start working on the horse matrix
Mm-hmm.
cereal.
Yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up.
But we'll figure that out.
It all
Thanks
goes
for
wrong.
hanging in there with us. Thanks for
Okay, I got it.
listening to
All
our
right.
mumbo jumbo.
Mumbo
We love you guys.
jumbo.
Tell your
Yes.
friends
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
to tune in to this rigmarole.
Let's see if this worked. So now we should have like 30 seconds or so till it kicks on. It was
Oh, yeah.
working earlier. Sometimes I think the thing.
Horse matrix.
Horse man.
Look forward to that. We're going to repost the audio that might have got
Yeah.
messed up.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great segment.
That was a really
Dang it.
that was strong. Wait, Horse Matrix didn't get messed up.
Yeah, no.
It
Horse,
didn't?
Horse
No,
Matrix
no.
is good.
It's when I switched over to do the closer is when it.
Oh, okay.
Horse
So it's
matrix
just a
is
few
fine.
seconds. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. No, Horse Matrix is it's strong.
It's probably, honestly, Horse Matrix would be better than
Anything we're working
the
on.
Matrix Reloaded.
Oh yeah.
What
Oh,
about
right.
Horse Matrix Reloaded?
What's the new Matrix called? Do they have a name
Matrix 4. I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw an image and Keanu Reeves looks like a homeless person.
Huh.
So I don't know
He
what
kind of
the
always
story.
looks like
yeah,
a
yeah.
homeless person
Yeah.
in a way.
He just looks like
for it?
Keanu
We love you
Reeves.
guys.
if he
See
just
you
wore
next time.
homeless clothes.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
I'm Philip Shuck.
I'm Trevor Cruz.
And I'm Travis Ingram.
This is the Latest Line Podcast.
Horse Matrix.